Robin Williams walked up to the thinker with a roll of toilet paper and offered it to the statue. Nobody asked him to. Nobody set it up. That was just Williams on a Tuesday. The same brain that could hold a stage for 2 hours without a single note was also the brain that saw a bronze statue and thought, that man needs help. What I keep coming back to is this. The funniest moments Williams ever gave us weren't on stage. They were the ones nobody planned for. The ones like this. Scorsese and Shepard, Taxi Driver 1976. They were in a relationship during the shoot. De Niro knew, nobody talked about it. Next of Kin, 1989. 3 actors on one film set. None of them were the biggest star in the room yet, and all 3 of them would be within 2 years. Neeson, Paxton, Swayze. One of these men would be gone at 57, one at 61. The one in the middle outlived them both. Hold on to that. Everyone knows Bruce Lee as the man on screen, the fighter, the presence that stopped a room. That story's been told 10,000 times. But here's what almost nobody writes about. Lee was a serious photographer. On the set of Enter the Dragon, he spent hours behind the camera between takes. He wasn't documenting the film, he was documenting everything else. Lee saw the world differently than anyone gave him credit for. Ivor Novello Awards, London, 1987. Freddie Mercury and Annie Lennox in the same room, 4 years before Mercury left us. What gets me about this photo is what both of them were carrying that nobody in that room could see. Lennox had just come through one of the hardest periods of her career. Mercury, by most accounts, already knew something was wrong. And yet here they are. 2 people holding each other up without making a sound about it. I've thought about this one a lot. Did you ever have a friendship like that? Someone you didn't need to explain anything to? I always want to know who that was for people. Sonny and Cher on a street in the 70s, before the show, before the divorce, before all of it. What the industry did to this partnership is a longer story than most people know. Sonny controlled the money, the bookings, the image for years. Cher figured that out slowly. By the time she did, she'd already lost most of a decade. Going to the movies, turning on the TV, you never saw that part of the story. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, Academy Awards, 1989. They never married, still together 40 years later. I've never fully understood Hollywood's version of that story, and honestly, maybe I don't need to. Meryl Streep in the 70s, before the Oscars, before the reverence, before she became the name everyone reaches for when they want to say serious actress. Here's my read. The best performance Streep ever gave wasn't the one that won. It was Kramer versus Kramer, 1979, the year she lost. Where do you stand on that? I'm genuinely curious. Margot Hemingway, 1978. At that moment, she was the highest paid model in the world. $1 million contract, her face everywhere. What the industry handed her next was a different story entirely. Hollywood took someone at the top of everything and spent the next 15 years finding new ways to remind her she wasn't enough. Margot deserved better than what she got. That's just true. Monica Bellucci, 1991. She was 27 years old and had been modeling in Italy for 5 years. Completely unknown outside Europe. Hollywood had no idea she existed. Within 10 years, she would be in The Matrix, in Irreversible, on every list of the most powerful actresses working. What I find myself thinking about with this photo is how many times that happens. Someone on the edge of everything, photographed by someone who didn't know what they were looking at yet. The world catches up eventually.